the kettlebell single leg deadlift. This is one of my favorite exercises to put in every single person's program because it covers a lot. So when you look at the nature of the single leg deadlift, it covers your foot stability, ankle stability, knee stability, hip stability, low back stability, and on top of that, the arm that we're going to be grabbing also works shoulder stability, and then on top of that, we have our hamstring strength, glute strength, adductor strength, low back, muscles engaged, everything. So the joke is that if I can get someone single leg deadlifting with at least a 45-pound dumbbell, all of their issues would be resolved. So this is why the kettlebell single leg deadlift is one of the most important exercises that you will ever do and I will ever do in my programming. So to get started, we're going to deadlift the kettlebell up off the ground. I love to go into a contralateral load compared to an ipsilateral load, only because most people just screw up the ipsilateral and contralateral. It tends to be a little bit easier to kind of start off with. So in this case, I have my left arm with the kettlebell, right leg is going to be the working leg. Nice and slow. I'm going to reach down and back up, down and back up. The one thing you'll notice is I'm not going all the way down to the ground. What happens here is I'm adding rotational forces to my spine, and it's a lot harder to kind of come out of that. So what I tell my clients and patients to do is aim your wrist in line with your knee, and that's all you need in order to get a sufficient hip hinge through here. The other thing I see a lot is a lot of times people don't grip the kettlebell tight enough. They end up with a loose grip, and they get to a position like this, and then back up. And nothing is stiff enough and they fall over. So I want you to think of a death grip on that handle, sucking that shoulder back, and now everything falls in line as we go through that deadlift. Another thing I want you to think of is with your feet, make sure you have your heel pushing down into the ground, your big toe and the rest of your toes. You're kind of like a tripod into the ground to root yourself in, and the more you can think of pushing your hips back, the more of a hinge you'll get, the more hamstring you're going to get, and the more glute activation you're going to get. The other big thing that I see a lot of times is when people come down, their knee is almost into a locked out position and they kind of come down and back up. That puts a lot of stress on that sciatic nerve, so I always tell people think of a soft knee. So as you come down, really soft as you come down, and then back up and walk out. So that is the single leg deadlift with a kettlebell, one of the most important exercises you're going to do in your life. Go crush it.